The Double Switch by Carole Neuok, Chapter 5. Bonray was performing their hit song Inside Out when I arrived back at our seats. Everyone was standing and dancing along to the upbeat song. When they finished, I asked the lady who had been kind enough to watch our seats if Amy had returned at all while I was gone. "I'm sorry she hasn't." "I don't know what to do. She's been gone for over 2 hours. She missed the last act entirely." "Maybe you should check at the first aid building. There was a lady taken away in an ambulance when I was coming out of the expo center," another lady said. My heart sank. I just knew that had to be Amy. What other explanation could there be? Why hadn't I thought of checking there before I had eaten? Amy probably needed help, and here I had gone off and eaten without even checking on her. "I feel so guilty," I said to the lady who told me about the ambulance. "Don't beat yourself up about it," she said. "You didn't know then what you know now." I grabbed my purse, and just as Bonray began performing, turned my eyes, I headed to the first aid station. I walked out of the grandstand area and checked the map again. I was headed in the right direction as far as I could tell. I walked for quite a while before I finally saw the red and white sign with the red cross on it. When I got there, I was handed a clipboard. "Here, fill this out and bring it up to the desk when you are done." "I'm not injured. I just heard that a lady was taken off in an ambulance. My friend left to get something to eat a while back. I just know that it is her." "No, that lady was taken about 2 hours ago." "How long did you say your friend has been missing?" she asked. "It has been over 2 hours." "Give me your name. I can go check the records." When she returned, she was smiling. "I'm happy to say that the lady who was taken by ambulance was not your friend." "Well, that's a relief. I wonder where she is then." She directed me to another building where people who were separated went to find each other. As I was headed there, I ran into Julie and Deanna, some friends from the Singles Bible study at church. "Lindsay, how are you?" Deanna asked. "Actually, I'm worried sick." "You are the 4th person from church that we ran into here," Julie said. She never listened to anything anyone said. "Oh yeah, Barb is here with Opal, and that one other lady. What's her name, Julie?" Deanna asked. "Amy," Julie replied. "Yeah, that's it. Amy is here with some guy I never saw before," Deanna said. "What did you say?" I asked. She raised her voice a notch and said, "Amy is here with some guy." "Amy drove me here, and I haven't been able to find her for over 2 hours. Where is she?" "They were just over by that restaurant over there, about 10 minutes ago," Deanna said as she motioned to a nearby restaurant. I quickly headed over there and ran around looking for Amy. There was no sign of her. Then my phone pinged. I checked the screen. Finally, a message from Amy. "I'm so sorry, Lindsay. I'm okay. I met a guy and we got to talking. The next thing that I knew, it was after 4. I checked my phone and it was dead. I'm at the camper waiting for it to charge. I'll be back as soon as I can." "I have my solar charger. I'll meet you at our chairs," I replied. I felt a mixture of relief and a bit angry. She met a guy and totally forgot she was there with me. I would never have done that to her. My phone pinged again. "He has some nice friends and they are meeting us for lunch tomorrow. Nice and single." Well, okay, I guess I was just going to have to forgive her. I headed back to our chairs, and just as I sat down, I got another message. "Meet you where we were sitting. I'm at 50%. I had an amazing time now that Amy was back safe and sound. We got to see the end of Bonray's performance and the entire act by Unspoken. We got to know the people who were sitting around us a bit better while we were waiting for the next act. I want to learn their new song, Reason, I said. I think it has a great message. Yes, that would be great. I love the beat. I couldn't not dance to that one. Carrie Job performed Forever. We often performed that one at church with the worship team. We danced and sang along to the next acts, and the hours just flew by. As the last act for King and Country ended their show, I felt a bit sad that it was over. It was still quite warm out, and the humidity was high as we headed back to our camper. Voices filled the air as people around us headed to the exit, still filled with excitement about the acts that we had all just experienced. What was that song that you wanted to learn? Amy asked. The new song by Unspoken. It's called Reason. Yeah, we should learn that song and perform it at the singles group meeting next week. I wonder if they have the sheet music for it here. They are probably closed. We could go look for it before we meet Sam and his friends for lunch tomorrow. Sam. If I hear that guy's name again. I'm sorry. Am I really talking about him that much? I get it. You really like him. You like him so much that you totally forgot that you were here with me and left me sitting for 2 hours wondering where you were. I'm so sorry, Lindsay. I can't believe that we were talking for that long. It seemed like 10 minutes. He's so easy to talk to. There you go again. Can we talk about something other than Sam? We have to get here early tomorrow, Amy. I would love to sit closer. I want to stand in front by the stage when Danny Goki performs on Saturday, I said. Amy and I continued talking about the acts that we had just seen and following the crowd. Wait, don't we turn here? I asked. The arrow points towards sites 400 to 500. We are 431, aren't we? No. We are in 341, aren't we? Amy said. Amy often transposed her numbers. Check your purse. I thought for sure that it was 431, I said. I must have left the paperwork in the camper when I went back to charge my phone. I didn't have anything to do, so I cleaned my purse. We are closer to 431, I said. Let's go there first, and if that isn't it, we can go to the other one. I remember going past this food truck, Amy said. Let's go this way first. It's number 341. I just know it. No, I whined. My feet are killing me. I'll tell you what. You walk to 341, and if that's it, you can text me, and I'll go there. If not, I will be here waiting. Come on, Lindsay, you can do it. We're almost there. I'm sure it's this way. I followed her, and we walked for what seemed like forever. We were almost at the end of the campsite when we found site number 341. There were 2 tents pitched on that site and no sign of the Winnebago. Now we had to walk all the way back and find the right campsite. Oops, I guess you were right. It is 431. My bad, Amy said. I guess I'm getting my exercise. I can work off all that lasagna that I had for dinner, I said, although I really wanted to scream. I couldn't wait to sit down and sink into that bed and doze off. I had been up early so that I could be ready when Amy came to pick me up. I barely slept all night, and it had been a long day of walking, dancing, worrying about Amy, and meeting some new friends. I told Amy all about Emily and her companions. That will be us someday, Lindsay. When we finally returned to the camper, Amy dug in her purse for what seemed like an eternity, looking for the key to the camper. I guess we'll be sleeping in the car tonight, I said. The car, that's it. I put the key on my key ring with my car key, Amy said. She pulled out the key ring and opened the door. I stepped into the cool air. Amy had left the air conditioning on after charging her phone. It felt wonderful to arrive at our home for the weekend and finally get out of the heat. You can take the first shower if you like, Amy said. I'm starving. I wasn't about to argue with that. And don't worry about using all the hot water. It heats as we use it. Fat chance of that. A cool shower is what I needed. Just when I thought that the music was over for the night, I heard the sounds of someone singing and a guitar playing. It sounded as if it was coming from the other side of our camper. Thank you for reading this chapter of my book, The Double Switch. I hope that you enjoyed it. If so, please click on the like button. It will also help you to mark the spot where you left off. When you come back to the book, just look for the last chapter that you liked, and you will know which chapter you read last. Please click on the subscribe button and the bell so that you can be informed each time a new chapter or story is uploaded. God bless. Carole, Neuok.